Right now, the search for a missing child on the Wisconsin River continues today. We'll have a live update from Sauk County. And we're getting a first look at a surveillance image of the person suspected of fatally shooting an off-duty Racine police officer.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at noon.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mark Kane. Thanks for tuning in to News 3 on this Wednesday afternoon. We'll get to those stories in a bit. But first, let's head over to the Weather Center. Meteorologist Dave Caulfield has a look at your first alert forecast. Hi, Dave.
Hey, Mark. We've had about a quarter of an inch of rain in Madison so far on this Wednesday, but the showers generally are wrapping up across southern Wisconsin. Just a few light sprinkles, mainly east of Madison at the present time. In Madison on the WISC-TV Skycam, mostly cloudy skies still with us. They'll stick around for much of the day. Temperatures are in the upper 60s and lower 70s, much cooler near the lakeshore. 53 right now in Milwaukee. You can see why with that onshore flow. Wind speeds generally out of the northeast at about 8 to 15 miles per hour. So temperatures and winds over the next 12 hours. We should reach highs in Madison in the lower 70s under mostly cloudy skies. Those showers will be wrapping up basically any minute over the next couple of hours or so. And then we should get a dry day on Thursday before the shower and thunderstorm chances return for the weekend. I'll map it all out for you and talk about some warmer temperatures on the way in your first alert forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, Dave, we'll see you then. Thank you. The Sauk County Sheriff's Department says the search for a missing child on the Wisconsin River is now considered a recovery mission. But Adams County tells us they are holding out hope and still considering it a rescue search. Jamie Perez is on scene with the dive teams right now. Jamie, what's the latest?
Out here searching this river. Many of them have been searching since 8 o'clock this morning. I spoke with the Adams County Sheriff earlier. He said that he's spoken with family all along the way, and he said they're just hoping these dive teams can find their child. Neighbors who live along the shoreline say this river is no joke. The currents here are very powerful, even if the water looks calm on the surface. The Adams County Sheriff said this river moves at 17,000 cubic feet per second, so very powerful currents. I will be out here all day monitoring the situation and hopefully provide you with some additional updates tonight on News 3 Now at 4, 5, and 6.
All right, Jamie Perez reporting live for us from Sauk County. Thank you. New at noon, a Grant County toddler is in the hospital after a farming accident last night. The sheriff's office says James Zimmerman was working in his barn in Platteville. As he turned the conveyor off, his 20-month-old son fell into it. The baby suffered a serious injury to his right arm and shoulder and his chest. He was airlifted to the hospital. The sheriff's office has determined the incident was accidental. The Kenosha County Sheriff's Department has released a picture of the suspect who shot and killed an off-duty Racine police officer Monday night. Officer John Hetland was killed when he attempted to stop an armed robbery at a bar. There's a $27,000 reward for information leading to the capture of the suspect. Brothers Javon and Jovan Cannon have been arrested in the shooting death of a 5-year-old in Kenosha. Police said the two men dropped the child off, the Cara Welton, off at the hospital on Monday and left him there. Officers said they would refer charges of homicide by negligent handling of a firearm against Javon. Jovan faces charges of leaving a loaded firearm within reach of, or access of a child. Police still have not released details of the shooting. The men will be in court tomorrow. One of President Trump's most trusted former aides is on Capitol Hill today facing lawmakers' questions about special counsel Robert Mueller's report. A Democratic aide tells CBS News former White House Communications Director Hope Hicks will be asked about the circumstances around the firing of former FBI Director James Comey, as well as the 2016 Trump Tower meeting that Donald Trump Jr. took with a Russian national. He had hoped for dirt on Hillary Clinton. The White House's top lawyer sent a letter to the chairman of the committee saying Hicks is absolutely immune from being compelled to testify about her service to the president.
Watching obstruction of justice in action, you have the White House asserting absolute immunity, which is not a thing. It doesn't exist. And you have to ask the question, what are they trying to hide from American people?
Hicks is answering questions related to her time working on the Trump campaign, but a White House lawyer in the room is objecting anytime questions are asked about her time at the White House. A UN investigator is pointing a finger at Saudi Arabia's powerful crown prince for the killing of Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi. That's according to a murder report released today. Khashoggi visited the Saudi consulate in Istanbul last year to get a marriage license, but was never seen again. It's believed he was murdered and dismembered. His body was never found. The journalist had been a prominent critic of Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman.
What needs to be investigated is the extent to which the Crown Prince knew or should have known of what would have happened to Mr. Khashoggi.
The 101-page report calls on the UN to launch a criminal investigation into the 31-year-old prince and suggests sanctions on his assets abroad. The Environmental Protection Agency has decided states can set their own carbon emissions and standards for coal-fired power plants. The agency says the change could result in 1,400 more premature deaths by 2030 compared to the Obama-era plan it'll replace. The decision will likely face court challenges from environmental groups and several states concerned with clean air efforts to fight the climate crisis. The new University of Wisconsin System Regent president says he wants to expand student internship opportunities. President Drew Peterson also wants to invest more in counseling services, saying students are under more stress than ever before. He says UW officials will continue making the case for more funding for the UW system after the Republican-controlled Finance Committee approved $70 million less for the system than what Governor Tony Evers had asked for. Well, more local news now. Madison police are saying goodbye to the city's last original mounted patrol horse who passed away. Friends of the mounted patrol posted on Facebook that Max served alongside owner Meredith Thompson when he was 12 years old. The pair rode around UW football games, parades, and neighborhood festivals. Max is being remembered for his bravery. He was 40 years old. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Up next, we'll see what Howard's working on in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
If you're only making French fries in your air fryer, you're missing out. So let me share with you a new way that you can use it to get dinner on the table tonight. Every week, more and more of you are asking us if we have any new recipes that are air fryer friendly. So today, I want to share a recipe that tastes amazing and that can be made in just minutes in an air fryer. It's called chicken Milanese. And if you're ready, I'd love to show you how to make it. The first thing you want to do is cut a chicken breast in half, like this. Then gently flatten each piece with a meat mallet. The key to chicken Milanese is that the chicken is really thin. Now we dip each piece in some seasoned flour. This will help the breading stick. And from there, we dip it in some beaten egg, mixed with a bit of water, before dredging them in panko breadcrumbs. At this point, we cook these off in our air fryer, which will make them nice and crispy. Or if you haven't gotten an air fryer yet, you can always use your oven. Once they're super crispy, take them out and serve them topped with mixed greens and basic salad fixins. Drizzle on a little vinaigrette, and you've just made a restaurant fancy dish in no time, and no tippings required. To get the recipe for our weeknight chicken Milanese, which is from our new air fryer cookbook, simply visit our website. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found an air fryer friendly way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
All right, Howard, thank you. Cooler today. The showers are ending, though. Some sunshine will return tomorrow with highs back in the 70s. Meteorologist Dave Caulfield will have your first alert forecast coming up. This just into the Channel 3000 Alert Center. All north and southbound lanes on I-94 are closed at County K in Racine County after a multiple vehicle crash and fire. This is a live look right now. Traffic is being rerouted and officials say backups already extending several miles. Do not travel to that area. If you're headed that way, we'll have updates throughout the day. Channel3000.com. A West Coast city could become the first to ban e-cigarettes, and American Airlines turns down a deal with Boeing. Diane King Hall has your Money Watch report.
Wall Street opened with a close eye on the Federal Reserve. Investors are waiting to hear what may be in store for interest rates for the balance of the year. American Airlines reportedly strikes a deal with Airbus instead of Boeing. According to Bloomberg, the air carrier ordered 50 of the new Airbus A321 aircraft. The airline is expected to replace an aging fleet of dozens of Boeing 757 jets. Now, Boeing is facing scrutiny for 2 deadly crashes of its 737 MAX jet that forced the grounding of that fleet. The nation's first ban on e-cigarettes is looming. San Francisco is one step closer to passing the ban. City officials unanimously approved a ban on the sale and distribution of e-cigarettes. It's part of a move to fight teen vaping. And finally, a holiday that is James Bond approved. It is National Martini Day. Today is the day to appreciate martinis for all palates, whether it's made with gin or vodka, dirty or dry, or of course, shaken or stirred. In honor of the occasion, McCormick & Schmick's is offering a Tito's Mexitini for $5. Bar Louie is also offering a $5 deal on martinis as well. And that's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, head to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the New York Stock Exchange, I'm Diane King Hall.
Diane, thank you. Let's check Wall Street at the noon hour. The Dow Industrial is up about 4.5 points. The NASDAQ, though, down 9.5. The S&P 500 down almost 2. Let's check in now with Q106 Farm Director Pam Yankee on this National Martini Day.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a beer kid. I
Yeah.
appreciate them, but I'm a beer kid, so enjoy them while you can, I guess, at those discounted prices. Today, our prices in Chicago are getting discounted deep, Mark. We are still focused in on the weather, but now the conversation in the marketplace seems to be focused on the ground that's already planted and the fact that it's starting to come pretty good. An analyst pointed out to me that the last time that we had this kind of a cool, wet spring, the acres that did get in really thrived, and we ended up with a very big crop. So some of that conversation has started to kind of come around our traders. They're also keeping an eye on the Federal Reserve conversations that are happening. All of a sudden, I think, wasn't it just yesterday that they were talking about raising interest rates? Now there's more and more conversation talking about lowering interest rates and the potential for a recession on the horizon, although it may not necessarily be something directly related to agriculture. It's related to our investors. So we're down pretty strong on the midday as far as corn, soybeans. Wheat is now down about 12 cents. Wisconsin's dairy producers, despite the financial constraints they're under, are still doing pretty good managing those cows. The Wisconsin Ag Statistical Service said for the month of May, the state produced 2.65 billion pounds of milk, 1.27 million dairy cows still in the state of Wisconsin. That's the same as April, about 5,000 fewer cows than a year ago. Our production is flat compared to April. The U.S. dairy cow number, just so you know, 55,000 fewer cows in the United States milking this May compared to last May, but 5,000 more cows than we had in April. Barrel cheese today, big rally, up 4.5 at $1.69. 40-pound block cheese up 2 at $1.80. Double A butter up a penny and a quarter, $2.37.5. So at least our dairy market's feeling a little bit better today, and I'll bet you New York City just going to keep bringing that rain, I'm afraid, through the weekend.
Yeah, I know. I don't think we're going to get knee-high by the 4th of July with the corn, are we?
Boy, it depends how short you are, because getting to anybody's knees is going to be a struggle for some of our Wisconsin cornfields by then.
I guess it depends what measuring stick you're using.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, Pam, thank you. Let's
see you later.
Head over to the Weather Center. Dave has a look at the forecast. No more rain, please.
Oh, boy. Well, then, I have good news for tomorrow, Mark. We should be dry across southern Wisconsin, but this weekend, more shower and thunderstorm chances come with us in that forecast package. And really, I've been hearing it a lot from the folks playing softball in Tuesday and Wednesday leagues, because look at the month of June. Every Tuesday and Wednesday, we've received at least a trace of rain. Hopefully, that trend doesn't continue into the last week of this month, but really it's been tough to get those games in when you have these rain chances basically every day. And the good news is, for the next 24 hours, at least after these late showers do wrap up over the next couple of hours, I think we'll probably be dry into the day on Friday, but by Friday afternoon we start to get some showers and thunderstorms back. Also, the humidity will be on the increase into this weekend and for next week. With all the rain that we've received, it really isn't going to take much as far as a temperature bump to make it feel kind of oppressive outside. Things to look forward to. Glass half full. Temperatures right now are about halfway through the 60s, 67 in Madison, 70 in Janesville, a little bit warmer, cooler near Watertown at 64 degrees and much cooler near Lake Michigan, especially compared to this time yesterday. About 20 degrees cooler in Milwaukee, but 5 to 10 degrees cooler than this time on Tuesday in Madison. So visible cloud track is actually showing some hope off to the north and west. We can see some fair weather clouds forming in the line from Watoma to Camp Douglas. We still have those overcast skies through much of southern Wisconsin. So gradually we'll get these clouds out of here, I should say. But for now, we are mostly cloudy in Platteville and in Madison on the WISC-TV Skycam. As far as rain goes, really not looking at all that much, although this is a 12-hour loop or an 18-hour loop, so it shows the rain this morning. But right now, not too much is falling across southern Wisconsin, which is good news. I really expect these showers to diminish over the next hour or so, and we'll be left with mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures will gradually be warming as we head into the weekend and next week. These are typical summertime values as we get into Monday. We should be in the low 80s, and I think with that humidity going up, we're definitely going to start feeling like summer for the last week of June. On Future Track, we noticed that not much popping up over the next couple of hours across southern Wisconsin. There's a rogue chance of maybe a shower or two, especially close to the Illinois state line as another system tries to pay us a visit, but really not looking at all that much. Starting off in the 50s tomorrow, highs should make it into the mid-70s with partly sunny skies. Then for Friday, we start off dry, but by the afternoon, we could see some showers and thunderstorms forming across the area once again. And those shower and storm chances last into Saturday and Sunday. We should be dry on Monday and Tuesday before things get a little bit rainy once again for the middle of next week.
So one dry day.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of sad when that's what we're hoping for at this point.
All right, thank you, Dave. Your next camping or hiking trip may soon cost you more money because of the Trump administration's trade war with China. One of the businesses being impacted are outdoor equipment companies. That story's next. Well, experts say if you need new hiking shoes or a tent for camping this summer, you might want to buy it sooner rather than later. Those items might become more expensive because of the trade war with China. Business owners spoke about their concerns at a convention this week in Denver, and Jennifer Kowalski reports.
Inside the convention center.
We have hats, headbands.
At the largest outdoor trade show in the country.
We just won an award for our trail running shoes.
You'll find the latest gear, swankiest new camp stoves.
One of the big discussions in the aisle is...
And tariff talk.
Yeah, they make it interesting, for sure.
Boulder-based BOCO is already feeling the pain of the trade war with China.
We are unable to control our prices by natural growth. So somebody else is telling us what we have to pay taxes on now.
Most of their hats have already been slapped with a 25% tariff, with the potential for more on just about everything the industry gets from China. We're talking ski jackets, camping chairs, climbing gear, you name it.
It's just completely unmanageable for our industry. The large majority of our companies are small businesses.
The Outdoor Industry Association estimates outdoor retailers could have to pay an extra $1.5 billion a month, an added cost that will eventually be passed on to consumers, creating a higher price for entry to enjoy our outdoors.
The price point for that product becomes potentially prohibitive for the consumer, and that's why it matters.
We've absorbed as much as we can.
For all you hikers out there, you may want to buy your hiking boots now because these are the products that be hit the hardest by these new tariffs. Hiking boots already have a high duty coming out of China, more than 37%. The new proposed tariffs could increase that an additional 25%. That's more than 62% in added taxes.
We're going to have to raise our prices.
Kim Miller sells just about any outdoor shoe you could need at Sharpa North America in Boulder.
It's much more far-reaching than people think.
With so much uncertainty, he says the proposed tariffs could ruin the world of outdoor retail and cost all of us at the store.
It's not good. It's not good. It will stifle and slow down what I think has been a very great trend in outdoor recreation.
It's really going to be harmful to the everyday American.
All right, let's get a final check of the forecast. Not a lot of hiking going on today.
Yeah, more umbrella putting up and dodging these drops. But the good news is the rain will be coming to an end shortly this afternoon. Mostly cloudy skies will stick around with temperatures eventually reaching the lower 70s. Day planner, we're looking at mostly cloudy skies and eventually becoming partly cloudy overnight, dipping into the 50s. We should be in the 70s again tomorrow.
All right, that's our time for now. We thank you for watching. We'll see you back here at 4 o'clock. Have a great afternoon.